a man can easily miss out on important details. So this is why a team of both woman and man makes the perfect combination. Thank you. Yes, of course.
Sorry.
No. I was wondering myself because as you started to explain what your country does for people, and we come from Italy, our country does the same thing for people. But in our country now there is a political view and a social view like these things are not enough, so we're going to close them all in order to go at them privately. So how can your country and your people look after those things with pride, and how can we introduce not just equality and diversity as a value, but also pride to show the things that we do for guarantee these things. Because it's important. If no one understands that these things are important to guarantee equality.
Yes, that is what our whole society is.
It's something that we say like just we want to spend too much, and nobody is going to ask for these things. So it's not interesting.
Yeah. Our whole society is built on this foundation about the value system that everybody should live a worthy life, and it's something we also fight about all the time to keep that system and to don't privatize all the governmental sectors, because then it will be difficult for people because it will be different price ranges and it will not be a part of the system anymore. But it's a cultural fight, you know. We all fight to keep it like that.
I think we have to collaborate some more. Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. It's all about collaboration. Thank you so much.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Love it.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I will try to be serious, but sorry, but I'm not totally serious. Okay.
Love it.
Well, I decided to make this lecture focus from the military side because I'm a major from Burkina Faso, and now I'm working in UN. I'm a blue helmet. I'm working in Central African Republic, in the headquarters in the Sector West, in Mission. And I came from Africa to here. Actually, 2 weeks ago, I sprained my right ankle. I lose my luggage, and I lose one flight to come here, but I'm here and I thank God. Yes.
Y habla español.
Yes, I speak Spanish.
It's a goal to do better shopping.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Okay. But well, this is my topic. Girls also wear boots because part-time military. Okay. This is my family. It's my inspiration and my motivation. My father is a military officer too, but now he's retired. Okay. And who I am? Of course, I'm a God's daughter. Okay. I'm a really happy lady. And of course, I believe in all people around the world. I enjoy everything you can see in my pictures. And what is my purpose? Of course, I would like to inspire and help others. You know, when you want to make something in the world, you need to know who I am and what is your purpose, okay? But through teaching, because I'm UN trainer too, I train more than 500 personnel, not only in my country, in Germany too. I was in Germany 2 years ago as instructor, and as a student in Uganda and in Austria too. And you see my flag, this is in Germany. And I'm a coach too. Through the mentoring and coaching too, I think this is a good tool for help others too. Traveling. If I can, you can, of course. No? When the people see my picture, say, how you can fly a lot, no? I say, yeah, everything is possible in the life. I'm very sure. But this is the topic today, and of course I decided to focus this topic from the military side. The people think that we have a different life, and of course, yes, we have a different life. Sometimes it's very difficult, sometimes you have a big challenge, but I'm very sure that we can do everything. Because maybe you think, no, you are a lady, you need to go there. No. We have, well, I'm very fond to all of these ladies. Actually, the first is the major from Peruvian Air Force. She's the first female military helicopter pilot in Peru. And she is the first female to command a helicopter squadron. She's married, she has 2 daughters, and her husband is a pilot too. And you know, they have a very, sometimes it's difficult, no? But she's doing a lot in my country. The other lady is one of my best friends. She's a lieutenant commander from Navy, Peruvian Navy. She's a former Blue Helmet. She was in Congo last year too. And she's married too, and she has 2 daughters too. And the other lady now, she's with me in the mission. She's from Army. She is a Blue Helmet, and now is a military observer in the Central African Republic. Now it's the other lady, it's a captain from Peruvian Air Force. She's a master's degree in satellite technology. She's a mom too. She has 1 daughter. And she is Lieutenant Commander Marcia Andrade. She's from Brazil. She's my colleague now in the mission. She received a UN Military Gender Advocate of the Year award because she's doing very well her job in the mission. And she is the gender military advisor in MINUSCA now. Okay, but this is my next project. I'm working on that. This is because I believe in all ladies. Of course, now I'm working from my side in the military life. Because some ladies come to me and say, I want to make this, but sometimes I don't feel that I can reach these goals. But I'm very sure that all of them, they can. And I would like to work with these ladies, and this is the reason that now I have only the name, but I'm working on this project now. And I would like to finish with this. You need to be brave, be stronger, just be you. Thank you, ladies. Well, you can find me. You want to be my fans?
Of course, of course.
Why?
You want to ask something?
I want to ask something.
Okay.
How is it for you as a woman to be in this job you have? That I don't know how it is, but I imagine that are more men, and also maybe the way they relate among each other is, I don't know, just how is it?
Well, now I feel that it's very easy than 10 years ago maybe, because now I have 13 years in the Air Force service, because I have 18 years, include the academy. And of course, when I entered to the academy, it was very difficult. No, we are few females, and the other are all men. And I was trying to know if I need to be a man, or maybe to be a lady in a man world. No, I think it was a very big process. But now I'm very sure that I'm a lady in a man world. No, I can do everything. Actually, we run together. We make everything together. I think we're still working, for the gender equity, but I think we are doing well this job. Thank you. Yeah.
did several calls to increase the amount of women working in peacekeeping. I'd like to hear from you what are, in your opinion, the main obstacles that are still in this sector. Why women cannot easily access this area?
Which I don't
Women in
understand.
peacekeeping, why there are still obstacles to increase the number of women?
Oh, yeah. Now, actually, I think it's around, from military personnel, it's 6 or 7% around the world in all the missions. We are very few now. But I don't know, I think it's the problem from the countries. Because Peru this year, they increased the female personnel. Actually, we have now an engineer company in Central African Republic, and it's the first rotation with 20 ladies from my country. But we are still working on this because this is depend the countries. Depend the country. Yeah. That's all. Thank you. Two pictures.
Yeah. Smile. Smile.
Be happy. Be happy, be stronger.
Be brave.
Be you.
Viva Perú. Oh my God. I have a lot of this.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
So I'm so honored to hear Tove and Pamela, who is currently serving major with the Peruvian Army. I've been working with the armed forces for the past 22 years as an army officer. So if she's an Air Force, so we are the foot soldiers.
Yeah.
Okay. I retired 2 years ago, but let me tell you a little bit of what I've went through in my service for the past 22 years. And then I'll tell you a little bit of what I found while in service and why I retired. So we've never felt that there was any form of gender equality or inequality issues in the Malaysian Army, simply because we are not equal. What I experienced being in the Malaysian Army is the men are very protective over its female colleagues. Now, if you know, in business, we are all colleagues, but in the Army, we are all brothers and sisters. I need the guys to push me up the wall. We have a 12 feet, we have a huge obstacle course. We have to carry loads behind our back. So without the support from the guys, because we women are not physically strong. So in the end, we have to complement each other. As a company commander, or as a squadron commander, I brought 50 men, all men, into the jungles of Malaya. And if you've been through the jungles of Malaya, it's actually a big bush. Okay? Now I've seen men also break down. Okay? Men have their strengths, women have their strengths as well. The men has physical strength, women has mental strength. Okay? So what we do is we complement each other in war. Now let me tell you, in war, I've never been for war, but in training, we have expected 30% casualty, which is wounded in action or killed in action. Okay? Now the bullet is not gender sensitive. The bullet is not racial, doesn't look for your race, doesn't look for the color of your skin, doesn't look whether you're a man or whether you're a woman. So when you talk about equality and inequality, I can be the first one taking the bullet for my country. Alright? So that's what I experienced in the army for the past 22 years, and I'm so happy to get where I was, because to get where I am, my chief said, you need to work hard. Okay? So I found myself working 100 times harder than my male counterparts to be where I am, because I need to show them that I exist. But that doesn't matter, because we are willing to work. And we are able to bring the value when we go and see our bosses. We are able to produce the results. That's what's important. So women, please understand, we should not look at ourselves as quota fillers. We are never to be looked at as quota fillers in the name of equality to fill up an appointment or position in your office or wherever. If you are good and you deserve of it, then you should be there. And the bosses recognize this, your superiors will recognize this. Alright? So my life changed when I got married at the age of 33 and I had my son. I was very ambitious being in the army. I aspired to be the first general in the Malaysian army. But when I had my son, I had no more ambition. My only ambition was to take care of my son. And every day, I just wanted to quit my job. So it was so voluntarily. There was no gender inequality or equality in play. It was a volunteer decision for me, and the feeling I had of, I need to quit my job because I need to be part of my son's growth. You know, I don't want the babysitter to watch him go through his milestones, all right? And then when he turned 7 years old, I had to enroll him into school, and I realized that I this time really need to leave my job because I missed out 7 years of his life. And that's where I founded an organization called Caring Moms in 2016. Now what we do in Caring Moms is there are a lot of women, even in this room today, who become mothers and decided to quit their job. Now the statistics tells 43% of women quit their jobs once they become mothers, and those who are working think about quitting their job 70% of the time. I don't know whether you exist in this room, but the statistics worldwide said so. So what is the opportunity? So when you're talking about gender equity now, you're talking about a woman who has no kids versus a mom. So she has to pay a price of voluntarily leaving her job because there's no flexibility in the workplace, there's no proper daycare. So it seems to be the playing ground is not level for these women themselves among women. So when we started Caring Moms, we had a very clear objective of empowering women, especially stay-at-home moms, who are able to provide services and products for moms who are working. So if you're working, there's a mom who's able to take care of your child, to send your child to school, to make sure that your family necessities are taken care of. And what more, the services provided by another mom, because a mom knows best, right? So we just had a simple idea, and I really never thought what it would happen, but the whole movement went viral in 2016, and 3 years, we've grown up to 71,000 members. We've able to create 2,000 jobs in Malaysia. Very good. Then we realized that we've actually hit a pain point. So the equity that exists right now, the pay gap of a mom and a woman who's not having kids, we have reduced that. So now in Malaysia, I'm not sure that we have not actually been present in any other countries yet, but in Malaysia, women are able to say, I'm going to quit my job and join Caring Moms. Because it gives me the flexibility of being with my child, and I'm able to also build, my own business from home. And our moms earn an average of about $3,000 with the highest earning income of about $23,000 per month.
Wow.
Yeah. So being an entrepreneur myself, even while in service, $23,000. So being an entrepreneur myself while in service, I have 20 over years of entrepreneurship background. I always believed in one quote by Jack Ma. Jack Ma is my idol, and he says, to win in the 21st century, you have to make others become more successful than you. So that's how we close the equity gap that exists within our community of women. So we are here to bring value to those who are experiencing those, I don't like to use the word inequality, because I'm not much of a feminist being in the army. Because I love guys, they're all my brothers, right? So that's where we have reached up to today, and we aim to hit about 50,000 jobs in 2021. And I really hope to be, if you want to know more about what we do in Caring Moms, please come and talk to me. And we are actually doing a lot of things back in Malaysia. And I believe the model can be used anywhere in the world. Thank you. questions? Yes.
I have a question.
How does that, the people, the women that are working, taking care of the other women, how much is the basic salary in Malaysia so that they can earn that much? Because it's a great idea. But for example, in my country, those amounts are just impossible to reach. So how is the high level, or how is the social classes?
So let's look at me, for example. My last drawn salary was 8,000 ringgit. And a decent,
In US dollars?
so I would say about 2,000 US dollars, 2,500 US dollars. And daycare would be about $350 a month. And we are not so regulated like in US and all that. You know? Anyone could be, a caregiver or a child carer. So we're not that regulated.
Okay.
So in this sense, the disorganized sector, I would say, the home-based or the disorganized sector, not heavily regulated, makes it much more permissible for us to conduct home-based businesses.
So, is the home-based business consisting of, what is the actual business? I don't know.
So catering,
Okay.
so the catering, we need a birthday cake, we have a baker. We need someone to drive you to the airport, we have someone. We need someone to follow you for hospital appointments, we have someone. You have someone take care of your children, we have private tuition, we have, you name it, we have it.
Awesome.
You want kitchen items, you want whatever things you want. You just go to caring moms, and someone there to help you.
It's like a personal assistant.
Yeah, they provide products, they provide services, they provide personalized services.
It can be hair oil, it can be brownie, it can be cookies, anything in it. Like, anything a mother needs at home.
So do they have to pay for those services? So like, let's say that I'm a mom and I need some brownies for school. So you have set prices that they will have to pay for those?
That's all they earn. They have to pay the price.
Oh, okay, okay.
So the moms who wants to buy from each other, they obviously have to pay for the services or the product.
Yes.
But we as a platform, yes. So we have our own business model.
Okay.
And we have our website and we work on a subscription base. So if you want to list as a seller, there's a minimum subscription that you need to pay.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
That's a great idea.
yeah. So everybody wins and it's sustainable, regardless of whatever the economical situation, the government policies or whatever. The caring moms will continue to thrive. We have a little economy there.
So those are only business for women, no men at all.
No men, but sometimes we have like a contractor who can do plumbing or they can do. So the moms will advertise their husbands' businesses.
But it has to be
But it has to be a woman or a mom.
the point of
And her company outsources anything that they need, so they can start.
But it all
working
came
on,
with
let's
a
say,
price.
It's
a huge price that we have to pay to come this far.
And she recommends them to other people for their services.
Okay.
So they don't have to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure. So,
Everyone?
yeah.
all awesome. Those photos ले सकते हैं बाद में. Sorry. You can take photos.
Yeah, sure. Yes,
Okay, so are we going to be three? Who wants to join our picture? Please.
All. Let's go take pictures.
Yeah, come on, the group picture.
This is the evidence of
Everyone who wants to break for equality in the world, come up here.
celebrity equity.
You can change it to the...
Yo les tomo. Sí, me quiero salir.
Modeling, please.
That one also.
Okay.
Take this one first, because it lost. No, black one first. Because this is keep touching this thing.
Where do we go?
Come, Jeff.
Whiskey.
Tequila,
Aguardiente.
yes.
Just hold on, hold on.
Holding.
Si salimos, Ale.
Okay.
Muy bien.
Pero Ale, ¿tú no vas a salir o qué?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. ¿Qué pasa, más chévere?
¿Dónde andas?